Alright, I now know how the power bits work. So basically, for now, I'm just going to put those two little frames up there like that, and then cover all this in panel. And I need to get some blue electric, is it, I think jacketed it's called, isn't it?
Yep,
Right
jacketed blue electric wire.
that's the one. You'll see it in any eye when I go onto it to click anyway. And basically that's how it all gets power. Right, so if I just go in and get some stone jacketed blue wire, that's the one. So if you want to craft it because you're building legit, you can look it up on any eye. So basically, come on, no, I want to fly into the friggin' thing. Not that far in though. Right, so in theory, if I break that, the power comes in down there, comes across there like that, it comes round there like that, and then it, bloody hell, comes, yeah, it just comes back across itself there like that. And then obviously the power goes in down here as well. So in theory, if I recall, you need, wait, no, you put wires on there, then you need regular blue alloy wire on there, and then in theory if I just get a solar, yeah, so then the entire rest of the roof just gets covered in solars. So do you want to do that, Danny?
You're gonna have to throw me one. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, I can pick block them, it's all good.
Oh, well, yeah. So the entire rest of the roof's just solars to gen power for this thing. So meanwhile, under here, you've got that, and that connects all those battery boxes into it. That connects all these battery boxes into it. And that's it all connected. So now you can see the whole thing's covered in solars, and there's wires running to every single bat box. So now when it goes to day, all those bat boxes will start filling pretty quickly. So all that remains to do now is test it and hope to God it all works. So if I try platform up, okay, we have a slight issue, and the issue looks to be here. Yeah, there's no frame holding it, so it's not too difficult to solve. All you do is pop a frame in there. That should solve that. Any other problems arisen? I can't quite remember where every single bit of frame was placed, but so long as it all works in the end. Okay, that looks to have rectified all the problems. Yep. So now this entire platform is self-sustaining. It can move in every single direction. It's got its own power gen on the top. I'd say that's pretty damn perfect. So the next thing is how to make it mine. Now I'm just going to move it west a bit. And to make it mine, the way we do it, and this is more for speed than anything. Wait, hang on. Oh no, that's just a bit that's that'll just despawn in 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So the way we do it is we mine down, then we move the quarry east, and then we mine down some more. So the fastest way to do this is to send it all to the east, like I say. and then obviously goes from the east, like out eastward and then back west. And the way we do it, rather than moving the whole quarry itself, because that's quite slow, we just have an extending and retracting arm. So pause the video now and check how that all works out, and then we shall be back. Alright then, so I've just quickly placed 2 frames in here and broken this frame. And the reason for that is power needs to come down. And then, in theory, I'm building this a lot from memory here, so I hope it'll work out, but there's no guarantees. It should be as such. Basically, you get your 2 frames and you point them towards each other. You get your power line come down and hook into a back box there. Then you get a deployer. This bit's kind of important. It's simple enough if you understand what you're doing, but it can be quite complex if you don't, basically. So deployer, and then the block breaker. And of course that won't come up very well. Not block breaker, what the hell? Block breaker, that's what I wanted. So you put the block breaker there. So basically, concept is, this deployer will deploy a frame and that frame will push it forward, and that's how you extend the arm. When you want to retract it, this frame will pull it back and then the block breaker will break it. Now we've got this working in the east direction, but obviously you can build it in an orientation for whatever direction you wish to extend your arm out to. So basically, yeah, that's more or less what there is to it. So as you can see, power and these will share these 2 frames, so yeah. Basically, now panel goes there, panel goes, wait, yeah, panel goes there, panel goes there, then panel goes here, panel goes here, and here, and here, and then we need some pneumatic tubes. Here and here, and redstone tube here. And then we've got red alloy wire, we just need jacketed alloy wire. Basically, you put your stone jacketed wire there, and you hit it with some red alloy wire, and then you need a repeater of this kind. Delay of 4, same as with every other circuit on this. You need that, you need that, you need one there, and you need one there. So then you just need to figure out which bits you want. So CD arm east is the bit that will make it go out to the east, and the ones that make it go east are this frame here and this deployer here. So then obviously the ones that make the arm go west are this frame and this block breaker when the signal eventually reaches it. So the next thing you need to do is spawn in a shit ton of frames. You want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you want to build out of these frames. You want, firstly you want to put covers under all this, and then to stop it retracting too far, what I do personally is get a block of stone. This is just in case like anything goes wrong, you don't want it to retract
Buddy
too far.
joined your channel.
Hello.
So, oh, hello, Danny has returned again. So you put the frames on there like that. So now it won't be able to retract. If I press west, oh, crap.
What is the matter?
Something didn't want to behave. Okay, I don't know quite what happened there.
Why?
That's weird. 1 minute. Just let me... That is really dodgy. It shouldn't have done that.
What did it do?
It moved the whole thing.
Oh, strange.
Yeah, I've never known it do that before.
Yeah.
It might have just been a bit of a bug though, I'm not sure. Let's just check there's no... No, there's nothing conflicting with itself. That's really, 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 really strange. That's
Give it a try
stupid.
now, rather than like hanging around.
Yeah. So let me put some more frames on. Maybe I'll try extending it first this time.
You got the receiver for that thing the wrong way around. That probably doesn't help.
Okay, that's not helping matters, is it? No. I knew that.
Nope.
So that's not helping it send. Right, okay. It's sending out better now. Let's just see if it wants to come back in correctly.
What? Did it actually do it?
Yeah. I think I'm pulsing it
it's
a bit.
too early.
Yeah, I'm pulsing it a bit quick, but yeah, I'll just shove a couple more delays on that.
Don't put a couple more on, just one.
Okay, one
It
more
doubles the delay every time you press it.
delay. Ah,
Yeah.
there we go. So now in theory, there we go. Yeah, everything's better now. Okay, good. That all works correctly. So that is now pretty much full functionality by terms of it's now going to go east and west on an arm. So then there's just the mining head itself to build. So if I just shove the arm out a little bit. So this is the final stage, you'll be pleased to know. But before we can do that, I need to quickly go and check how it actually all works. So I shall be back in 1 moment. Alright, so in theory then, you come to the end of this and you just need to put a couple of kind of bits on it. So, first things first, under there you're going to have, like so, a frame and a frame. Right, so this is to make the arm go up and down, to actually make it mine. So first things first, you need a panel on there, you need redstone wire on there, and you need a receiver. And that's to give it the down function. And then if you place a deployer here, it'll also power the deployer when you do it. So now the next thing you need to do is put some frames across like that, for the simple reason of if you don't put frames across it like that, you won't actually hold the red alloy wire with anything. So that's obviously all powered up and will receive its signal. But there's still obviously a block breaker needs to go on. And if memory serves, you put the block breaker, I believe, there, like that. And I know for a fact that there's a little kind of sort of alcove-y sort of thing built underneath here. For this particular, for the upwards frame to get its power, or its pulse, to tell it to go. And I know that you put battery boxes smack on the side like that. Pretty sure that that's how it all works. And then you just need to get the signal to the block breaker, which is the one bit I can't seem to remember. Can you remember that, Dan?
Remember what, sorry?
How you get the signal to the block breaker?
There is a... I cannot remember now.
Right.
Can't even remember how this looked.
Well, I'll just pop these pneumatic tubes in because I know where they go. And I know that they're obviously going to require frames supporting them. So I would assume it just gets its power from underneath. Or from the side. I'll just pause the video and check rather than trying to guess.
Alright then.
So basically, it works by having that set up like that, and then just literally, hang on, I need, whoa, a bit of lag there, need panels like that, receiver, repeater that way. Okay, in theory, that's it. Now, the final thing to do is just put some... Whoa, this lag's really bad. Yeah, anyway. Stone covers there and there, to stop any frames catching on them. And then here, just put kind of a little packet of frames out here. This isn't as strange as it looks. There is a reason for this. And I don't have any solars left anymore. That's a bit annoying. Whoa. Really, really laggy here. Might have to restart my client.
FPS lag or?
I think, yeah, FPS lag. I might have to restart my client if it doesn't pick up. Ah, thank you. I'll, yeah. So you cover it all in solars. Those three as well.
Okay.
So now all these solars will share power and then go to the bat box, hopefully. Well, that's the idea behind it anyway. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to, while that quickly gets some power, I'm just going to restart the client, so
Alright.
So this should hopefully be a little better. So as you can see, the bat boxes are slowly but surely building up charge. That should work like that, shouldn't it, with all these solars?
Yeah.
Thought so. Yeah, there we go, it's building up. So, while that's doing, we need to drill down is that one there. And drill up is this one. And also this one. And then obviously need to put some it doesn't like doing it as much there, apparently. Right, 1 minute. Need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. So, if I just place a couple, like one there, one there, one there, then in theory, if I just use the drill down frequency, oh no, not auto down, that's a circuit that I've got down to automate this bit, but in theory now, that moves down and it moves up. So that all works fine. So now the next thing I'm going to need to do is just again test that the arm moves to the west alright. And I'm going to retract it fully in, all the way west, as far west as it can go. So this is the machine.
Yeah, the delay on that repeat is huge now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It doesn't actually need to be that high. I don't know why it wasn't working the first time, but we can adjust that delay. Oh, have you just adjusted it?
Yeah, I just did, yeah.
Right. So anyway, and then I'm now wanting to move the entire platform up. Whoa. Just a little bit to give me more room to work. So, whole platform's gone up quite a chunk. And then we want the... I want to drop the drill arm... No, not up. I want the drill arm down a couple of times. Well, just the once actually. So, this is the drilling platform. So if I just manually place... I'll go for 2. Yeah, that'll work at that. So... What you actually wait, hang on, no, they need to be right. What you need now is these redstone tube frames, and the particular build that we're doing has a 9x9 mining head on it. If you want to do a different size, you can. I mean, I don't know how high it'll support, that's for you to find out, I guess. I mean, you can have it as small as 3x3 if you want, but I don't know. Seems a bit overkill for a 3x3 miner. Don't know what you think to that, Danny, but
Yeah. It can go really big, but obviously you gotta remember we're on a server.
yeah,
On single player, build it as hell big as you want.
yeah. I mean, on the server, certainly as things stand, I wouldn't go above max 11x11. If we had a dedicated server, then possibly up as high as maybe 15x15. But even then, that'd be like sort of total maximum, no more kind of job. So anyway, stone panels, and you just want a panel and another panel, and then you want this jacketed wire, and you want basically 2 jacketed wires, and you put your redstone wire underneath that, and a receiver, and you want to set that to the one that we've just called dig. And when you pulse that, it pulses all these tubes here, effectively. Obviously you've got to actually pulse it for a reasonable amount of time. If you just click it gently, it doesn't do anything, but if you actually give it a decent pulse, it'll go. So then we need an ender chest. You don't have to use an ender chest here, but I'd say it's probably recommendable, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So the colour for ours is red, yellow, pink. I happen to know that off the top of my head. So red dye, yellow dye, and pink dye. So obviously you can set this to whatever colour takes your fancy. For anyone who doesn't know, you just click the tabs with the dyes. So now when anything gets mined by this, it goes into there, and then it'll obviously in our case go back to our house. Oops. So I just want to take the not auto up. I just want to take the drill arm up once now, and then all you need now finally to finish the whole build off is the block breaker.
Block breaker.
So, well, actually there is one final step. Do you want to start putting the covers around it all, Dan?
Of course.
Basically, the mining heads frames all need to be covered with covers. And the reason for that simply is if you don't... Oh, I hope you fell off the edge of the house, that was silly. Yeah, if you don't cover it, it will basically try and grab hold of whatever is next to it. So, for example, you mine down a bit, it'll grab hold of it, and then it won't be able to go any further down because there'll be too many blocks for the frame to move. I think that's the right reason, isn't it, Dan?
Sorry, I was in the middle of typing.
Oh, right. Just the basic fact that when you go down the hole with it, it'll grab
It's so
onto
that the
edges.
frames don't grab onto the blocks. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
If you didn't have the covers, it would get stuck at the top of the hole and not be able to move down.
Yeah, it'd mine down like I think probably 2 blocks until it got stuck, then it won't be able to move down. Then when you tried to move it up, you'd pull a random ring of land up with you.
Yep.
And then the tops also don't necessarily need covering, but it's advisable for whatever reason. I can't really remember, but yeah.
Don't cover the top, and it runs into water or lava, it sort of holds onto the sources.
Oh yeah, that was the one. It was to do with liquids. It holds onto them, and then yeah, you just get problems. Basically, it's to avoid problems. So this is basically the quarry. That's all there is to it. Well, I say that's all there is to it. That's quite a lot actually. And the final thing I'll just show you is the auto up and auto down circuits that I was telling you about. Okay, this skeleton isn't meant to be in here. That's weird. Please don't shoot at me. I'm not going to die anyway. Yeah. So, basically, auto up and auto down. All it is, it receives the signal, which flicks the toggle latch, which then obviously changes the signal to the NOT gate. So, if I sent a signal to the auto up now, flick the toggle latch, which should turn the NOT gate on, which would turn its output off, which would allow the timer to go, and the timer would pulse the frequency, and the frequency that it's pulsing is just the drill up frequency. And the auto down works in the exact same manner, and then when you press it again, it flicks the toggle latch again and stops it doing it. So that basically just simulates me pressing repeatedly on that frequency. The main reason for that is for if, say, you just want to line it up, you could line it up where you want it, flick auto down on, and it'll just mine into the floor, or it used to do when it ran on a timer for the block breakers. Nowadays it doesn't work too well because that's not on a timer, but it's still good for bringing it back up out the floor when you're done.
Yeah, we should mention that as well. On the server, we were having problems with it moving and then pulsing the block breakers. Because if it tries to pulse the block breakers while it's in motion, moving left or right, for some reason occasionally it would crash the server, so we changed it from having a timer on this thing to using the frequencies to pulse dig.
Yeah, so basically now it can't really accidentally do it because it has to have, obviously you wait for it to stop moving and then you do it, otherwise you'll just crash the server. So that wraps this extremely long episode up. So sorry it's quite long, but if you're wanting to build a frame quarry, then that's how you do it. Now, the next episode, we're going to show you a little something to do with computer craft, and for someone who's wanting to pick up some computer craft coding, that'd be useful. But the most useful part is basically the code we are talking about automates this quarry.
Yeah, are we gonna make it available to people, or? I think we probably should.
I would say
Maybe.
Yes. What I would say about it is we will make the code for this available, but bear in mind the code is pretty much tailor-made for this specific quarry.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're thinking, oh, well, I'll modify this bit of the quarry and I'll modify that bit of it, bear in mind you will also have to modify the code. But in the episode, we will explain how the code works. So it shouldn't be too much of a challenge.
It's not going to be a tutorial on computer craft. It's going to be a we'll explain what the code's doing.
So we will explain like what each bit of the code does, and obviously from that you can learn different things about parts of computer craft coding, but the tutorial is more about that specific code, and it will more kind of... I'll not so much say exactly how you can edit it to make it work, but I'll kind of say this bit's responsible for this, so if you modify the quarry's design for this, you know, this is the section of code you're going to be looking at editing, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up at that.
So that's what you've got to look forward to in the next episode. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope this has been quite helpful for you, and hopefully it's clear enough, you've understood how to make it all. Would really appreciate some feedback, because this is the first sort of real tutorial kind of based one we've ever recorded. I mean, we've shown how to do stuff, but this is kind of a real tutorial, so would appreciate some feedback on how you think we've done, and also on the quarry's design as well. That would be quite nice. We have some other ideas, but it would be nice to see what you reckon to this. So comment, rate, subscribe, and hopefully we shall see you in another episode. Hopefully the next one. See you later, guys.
See you later.
Alright, guys, just a quick sort of like end note here that we've noticed. The block that I placed here to stop it from going too far back, Danny actually just pointed this out. You actually need to put a cover here. Otherwise, what will happen is it could potentially mess up, because the block could get stuck to this particular frame here. So, yeah. So, yeah, there you go. So, if your quarry wasn't working for some reason, that's probably it. So, yeah, see you later all.